The movie begins by showing a little girl named Jin Sunmi who can see spirits and is shunned by her friends. One day in class, a female ghost disguised as a teacher bothers Sunmi, so she takes out her umbrella to repel ghosts. All her friends were scared until they left the class. After school, the female ghost still bothers her. Luckily, a buffalo demon named Ma-wang, who claims to be a fairy, helps Sunmi to exorcise the ghost using a black umbrella and amazes her with the power of his black umbrella. Ma-wang then offers his black umbrella on the condition that Sunmi helps him to get a fan from a tree house up in the mountain. Hearing that, she agrees, and he asks her not to mind anyone in the treehouse when she takes the fan. Arriving at a treehouse, Sunmi sees a large room filled with burning candles. After entering deeper into the room, she finds a fan and grabs it. Suddenly, the ape demon named Son Oh-gong appears in front of her. Remembering Ma-wang's message, Sunmi ignores Son Oh-gong's presence. However, he keeps bothering and blocking her from leaving the treehouse, which irritates her. Son Oh-gong then asked her to blow out all the candles there. Hearing that, Sunmi takes advantage of this by making a pact that Son Oh-gong will be her guard and come when she calls his name. Fortunately, they agree to the agreement, and Sunmi began to blow out the candles in the room one by one. When the last candle was turned off, the room turned into a field, which means that Son Oh-gong has been freed from the punishment that kept him confined there for years because he is known as a naughty monkey demon. Shortly after being released, Son Oh-gong erased Sunmi's memory of his name so that she could not call him to come and protect her. After that, he left Sunmi at that place. 25 years after that, now Sunmi has grown up, and she owns a property company that buys haunted houses at low prices and then resells them after the ghosts there have been exorcised. One day, Sunmi buys a haunted house, and when she checks it, she sees a female ghost in a cupboard. When the female ghost is about to attack, she immediately uses her umbrella to repel ghosts, and throws several amulets that can defeat ghosts. Not long after, Sunmi was actually seen chatting with the ghost of a woman who died in the house due to her strict diet when she wanted to become a singer. From a distance, her colleague sees Sunmi talking to herself, making him scared. Sunmi, still chatting with the female ghost, then asks about a monkey demon that the ghost may have met. Because she wants to help make the ghost woman's last wish come true so that she can calm down and not be the caretaker of the house anymore, Sunmi takes the ghost to a singing talent competition, and possesses one of the contestants who appear. Unexpectedly, the talent search event was from Ma-wang's entertainment company. His secretary is also a dog demon named Secretary Ma who always obeys his orders. Meanwhile, Son Oh-gong, Ma-wang's old friend, lives at his house. Now, Son Oh-gong tries to do good by hunting evil spirits that disturb humans so that he can return to being a great god. One time, before Son Oh-gong got rid of the evil spirit, the spirit said that he had bitten Sam-jong who had been born into the world. When Sunmi was driving home, she noticed Son Oh-gong crossing at a red light. Because he kept looking at her, she followed the monkey demon. When she loses track of him, a ghost boy escorts her to where Son Oh-gong is. At that time, Sunmi said that she remembered Son Oh-gong's name after their meeting. Son Oh-gong, who previously erased her memory, was surprised that he asked Sunmi to say his name correctly. However, Sunmi is not as innocent as she was when she was little, so she doesn't want to mention his name. Because of this, Son Oh-gong followed her until finally, she said a random name and proved that she had forgotten his name. Sunmi said that she deliberately made him follow her so she could avoid the ghosts who wanted to harm her. Elsewhere, Ma-wang and the other demons are talking about Sam-jong, a human with a special ability to save the world from all evil spirits. The demons fight over Sam-jong's fragrant and delicious blood, including Son Oh-gong, who wants to drink Sam-jong's blood so that his strength will recover and he can return to become the great god in heaven. As it turns out, Sunmi is the Sam-jong the demons meant. So, she became like that because she was cursed after she made a pact with Son Oh-gong. One day, Sunmi is harassed by the evil spirit of the bridal statue couple who was once killed by Son Oh-gong. Unfortunately, she is injured because she is attacked by them. Suddenly, Sam-jong's blood from her body made all the evil spirits and demons come to drink it. When the evil spirits began to gather at her house, suddenly Son Oh-gong came and was surprised to see that the Sam-jong he was going to eat was Sunmi. Son Oh-gong, who has a contract with Sunmi, can't finally eat her, and instead, he has to protect her like the contract they made decades ago. Finally, Son Oh-gong fought all the evil spirits that came and saved Sunmi. After all the evil spirits leave, Son Oh-gong tries to trick Sunmi so that she will cancel her contract with him. However, she knew his cunning intentions, so Sunmi refused this. Then, Son Oh-gong keeps trying to seduce Sunmi so that she will give her life to him because Sam-jong's blood in her body will become stronger and cause more and more evil spirits to target her. Because of this, every time an evil spirit comes, Son Oh-gong protects Sunmi. One day, Sunmi gets a bracelet from Ma-wang that can protect her from being targeted by Son Oh-gong. Soon after, Ma-wang asks her to give the bracelet to Son Oh-gong so that he won't be able to hurt her. On Christmas Eve, Sunmi and Son Oh-gong spends time together in a park. There, she gave the bracelet to him as a Christmas present. Afterward, he wears the bracelet. Sometime later, Sunmi is busy with work again, and now she visits an apartment sold by a newlywed couple. Previously, the newlyweds had just bought an apartment, However, not long after they moved, the wife fell into a coma after seeing an old painting. Seung-mi, traveling around, finally found out that a painting of an old couple in the house was the reason the wife was in a coma. When she saw the painting, Seung-mi was suddenly dragged into the painting. After Seung-mi's assistant, Han-ju, doesn't find her boss, who suddenly disappears from the apartment, he returns to the office and takes the old painting with him. On the other hand, Son Oh-gong had been waiting for Seung-mi at her office to meet Han-ju. He explained that he also did not know where she was. But then, Son Oh-gong saw the painting that Han-ju brought and realized that Seung-mi had been trapped inside the painting. Not long after, he took the painting away. After that, Son Oh-gong enlisted the help of his friend, a pig demon named Palki, so that Son Oh-gong could enter the painting. After he managed to enter the painting, Son Oh-gong was in an ancient kingdom, and the evil spirit depicted in the painting attracted women from the human world to be trapped in the painting to marry him. After a long search, Son Oh-gong finally met Seung-mi with a blank stare. Then he held her hand and brought her back to life. Not long after, the evil spirit smelled Samjong's blood, so they immediately looked for a way out of the painting. Unfortunately, Son Oh-gong could not find the same way out when he entered the painting. Outside the painting, Ma-wang asks Palki to burn the painting so that the painting's exit is closed. He wants Son Oh-gong trapped in the painting forever so Ma-wang can freely kill Seung-mi and drink Samjong's blood. In the painting, Son Oh-gong and Seung-mi keep looking for a way out until she remembers a method she has seen before. As the painting is about to burn up, she finally kisses Son Oh-gong the way she sees her getting out of the painting. At the same time, the bracelet Seung-mi gave Son Oh-gong is tied to his heart, meaning that he has become her property. Soon after, he restores his name and Seung-mi's memory, so she can get out of the painting. Deep down, Son Oh-gong hopes Seung-mi can save him from getting out of the painting by calling out his name when she is in danger. Soon after, Seung-mi was finally thrown out of the painting, while Son Oh-gong was still trapped inside the painting. At night, Seung-mi cuts her hand until it bleeds to make the evil spirits come. Soon after, she calls out to Son Oh-gong so that he can come out of the painting and save her from all the evil spirits. After defeating all the evil spirits there, Son Oh-gong transforms Seung-mi's blood drops into swarms of butterflies so as not to invite evil spirits to the place. After that incident, Son Oh-gong keeps visiting Seung-mi because he is crazy about her after the bracelet she gave him completely tied him. Even though Son Oh-gong keeps coming to her, Seung-mi doesn't have any feelings for him, so it torments him because he can't stop thinking about her. One night, in a deserted place, two men were digging a grave to bury the body of a girl who had died covered in blood. Not far away, a swarm of Samjong's blood butterflies flew, and one of the butterflies landed on the corpse, and suddenly, the girl returned to life. After that, the two men who buried the body were shocked to see the corpse had disappeared. Panicked, they quickly got back into their car to leave. Suddenly, behind the passenger seat, the previously killed girl appeared and caused the car in which the two men were driving to have an accident. Then she got out of the car and headed towards town secretly to find Seung-mi's whereabouts and managed to find her office address on a leaflet. In the news, the living corpse is named Jung Se-ra, who has disappeared since she was kicked out of an idol group. At this time, she could find Seung-mi's office and sneak into it. Inside the office, Han-ju is alone, and when he tries to open a package, his finger accidentally cuts and bleeds, making Jung Se-ra starve after smelling blood. Luckily, before she attacked Han-ju, Son Oh-gong came and stuck a spell paper on her forehead. Soon after that, Seung-mi called Son Oh-gong to meet her at a place. She accidentally calls him out because she wants to have friends while reminiscing about her grandmother's death. At the same time, the spell paper stuck to Jung Se-ra's forehead came off, so she tried to attack Han-ju again. Seung-mi discovered Han-ju was in danger and asked Son Oh-gong to help him. Son Oh-gong gave conditions so that Seung-mi would let go of the bracelet that had been put on his hand. However, Seung-mi is worried because if the bracelet is removed, then Son Oh-gong cannot protect her from the evil spirits chasing her. Then, Seung-mi chose not to let go of the bracelet and she immediately ran to her office because she knew that Son Oh-gong would not let the woman he loved be in danger. Son Oh-gong, who had woken up, immediately rushed to Seung-mi's office and saved Han-ju. When Han-ju came out of the office after being ordered by Son Oh-gong, at that time, he saw Seung-mi had just arrived. Knowing that Son Oh-gong came, Seung-mi realizes he loves her so much. Soon after, he took and stored Jung Se-ra's corpse in Ma-wang's refrigerator so that her body would not decompose quickly. Ma-wang, shocked when he saw Jung Se-ra in his refrigerator, asked how she could become a living corpse. Unfortunately, she doesn't remember anything after she became a corpse. A few days later, Ma-wang, who can't stand the stench of Jung Se-ra's corpse, finally takes it to Seung-mi's place. From her place, Seung-mi and Palki take the corpse to meet a man named General Frost to freeze it so it doesn't rot. Not long after, they met General Frost's sister, who shared the same body as the summer fairy. At the fairy place, Jung Se-ra's corpse is dressed like a living human. Soon after, Seung-mi and Palki said they would help her find her real identity, then give her the name Buja. The next day, Seung-mi invites Buja to a gym to see if anyone knows her. As Buja falls asleep during the gym break, a man freaks out, knowing she isn't breathing. When Seung-mi finds out about it, she takes Buja away so as not to cause trouble. Meanwhile, the man who had called his friends did not find Boo-ja there, and they were confused. Boo-ja, who now lives at Ma-wang's house, gives a new atmosphere there. When she watches a talent show on television, Boo-ja shows how she dances and shows that she was an idol when she was alive. Her weak body turns out to be unable to withstand the previous dance moves, so she sprains her hip, so Ma-wang takes her somewhere to fix her body. At that place, Ma-wang gives Boo-ja an energy stone to strengthen her body. Then he shows a painting of his idol, Fan Princess, who died. He says that Fan Princess is a goddess who was sentenced to become a human to live a miserable life in every reincarnation of her life. At a museum, Secretary Ma comes to look around that place, which is sponsored by Ma-wang's entertainment company. Shortly after, Secretary Ma and museum director went around to see the antiquities collection. Then the director of the museum showed her an ancient mirror which was rumored to be waiting for a ghost of a Japanese girl. After she left, the director, curious about the rumors, looked in the mirror, and suddenly a Japanese child ghost appeared, making him faint. Not long after, Secretary Ma arrives and intends to catch the ghost. Unfortunately, the ghost runs away and enters a movie. Because of this, Ma-wang asks Seung-mi's help to get into the movie and exorcise the girl's ghost before the movie is seen by many people. Son Oh-gong, who initially did not agree to this, finally agreed to protect Seung-mi from a distance. Then Seung-mi and Ma-wang finally get into the movie, and they only have time to find the girl until the movie ends. In the film, they are in 1983 when Fan Princess was alive. Ma-wang accidentally saw Fan Princess there and asked Seung-mi to leave first because he intended to help Fan Princess, who was being abused by a group of men. After defeating the group of men, he tends to heal her injuries. Meanwhile, Seung-mi has found the girl's ghostly residence who lives with a Japanese family in Korea. Then Seung-mi meets a ghost girl and asks her out of the movie. However, the ghost girl looks angry and leaves her. Not long after, Seung-mi gets a call from Secretary Ma who asks her to get out of the movie and meet Ma-wang because the ghost is the incarnation of the spirit of a grandmother in a coma. Unfortunately, when Seung-mi left the house, she was shot by the house's owner. Seeing that, Son Oh-gong immediately came to save her and burned all the objects in the movie. When she woke up, she was beside Son Oh-gong. A few days later, Ma-wang and the grandmother in a coma received an award from the Korean government. At her residence, she finally died after the girl's ghost met her. Meanwhile, at Ma-wang's house, Son Oh-gong is seen preparing a drink for him as a congratulation for the award he has received. As it turned out, Son Oh-gong had added Samjong's blood into the drink so that Ma-wang had to endure the thirst when Seung-mi came to his house. Seung-mi, who doesn't know this, approaches Ma-wang, so he immediately tells her to leave so he doesn't eat Samjong, which can make him completely invisible, and his chance of becoming a god to help Fan Princess will be ruined. It turned out that Ma-wang had to take medicine every day to quench his thirst for blood. Elsewhere, Son Oh-gong, meeting General Frost, said that he deliberately made Ma-wang thirsty for blood so that Ma-wang could kill Samjong and he would be free from the bracelet that made him always melt in front of Seung-mi. Soon after, Son Oh-gong met Seung-mi on a date. At that time, she still did not know the cause of Ma-wang's strange behavior toward her. One day, Secretary Ma, unable to bear to see Ma-wang suffer, plans to kill Seung-mi and give Samjong's blood to him. However, when she is about to stab Seung-mi in the heart, Ma-wang and Son Oh-gong suddenly come to protect her, causing Ma-wang to be stabbed with the knife. At that moment, Seung-mi discovered that Son Oh-gong wanted to kill her so that he would be free from the bracelet she gave him. Seung-mi, who started to like Son Oh-gong, became very angry and immediately left the place to open the love lock that they had previously installed. At the same time, a man possessed by an evil spirit appears and wants to take her sorrowful energy. Luckily, before the spirit managed to take it, Son Oh-gong came to help, and he said that he would sincerely help Seung-mi to repay all his mistakes. Elsewhere, Palki seems to take Boo-ja to the artist's rehearsal area so that she remembers what she did when she was alive. Suddenly, one of Ma-wang's famous agency artists, Alice, came to the practice site. Alice, who didn't like Boo-ja's arrival at the practice site, pushed her until she fell and fainted. When Alice checked her breath, Alice panicked and was shocked because she thought Boo-ja had died because of her. Palki, who appears there, immediately knocks Alice unconscious before she can make a fuss. Afterward, Boo-ja and Palki visit the summer fairy to tell her about the progress of her memory which hasn't changed. When Boo-ja was taking a walk outside to calm down, she saw two men whom she first met when she had become a living corpse. It turned out that they were contract killers, and now they were driving a car. Seeing that, Boo-ja tried to memorize the car's license plate number. The next day, Palki uploads a video of Boo-ja dancing so her family can meet her. Unfortunately, the only family she had was her mother who is now lying weak in the hospital under the care of two assassins assigned by a rich man named Dae-sung. One day, Son Oh-gong's adopted brother went shopping at a market and accidentally met an octopus demon caught by fishermen. Then he brings an octopus demon to Ma-wang's office. When everyone left the room, the octopus demon tried to leave until it possessed Alice's body in the toilet. The octopus demon that is now possessing Alice is finally noticed by Secretary Ma when she is about to leave the building. Finally, the octopus demon meets Ma-wang, who warns him to stay calm because the possessed human is a famous artist. In the end, Palki had to accompany the octopus demon during Alice's shooting schedule. The next day, Seung-mi gets a mission from Ma-wang to hunt down evil spirits that tempt people to comment negatively on social media. She tries to show off her luxurious life on social media to attract the account owner. With photos of red goods and with a famous artist from Ma-wang's agency, Seung-mi has attracted the attention of many people, including the man who owns the account, who always comments negatively. However, when the account owner saw Seung-mi's social media, he accidentally saw Han-ju's account, which was more interesting, so he left negative comments, which caused Han-ju to be depressed. Meanwhile, Son Oh-gong tries to protect Seung-mi before the evil spirit attacks, so now he comes to a place where the spirit is. After meeting him, the evil spirit whispered that Son Oh-gong must kill Seung-mi before she did that. However, with his power, Son Oh-gong was not easily swayed by the whispers and immediately destroyed the evil spirit. In fact, when meeting Seung-mi, he says that he would die if she asked for it. On the other hand, Palki is meeting with Alice, who is still possessed by an octopus demon. When she is drunk, Palki plans to accompany her, but the closeness between them is caught on a journalist's camera, so he tries to chase after the journalist who took his picture. Buja, who came there, finally helped Palki to chase the reporters. At the same time, two assassins come to the agency after seeing Buja's video on the internet. When they saw her, they were both shocked that she was still alive. The next day, Mrs. Jia, who just came to the agency's office, accidentally saw the car driven by the previous two assassins. The car owner turns out to be Dae-sung, who previously hit Buja to death and ordered two assassins to bury her body. But then, Dae-sung tries to stay calm and asks if Buja knows him. However, she only replied that she knew him because he often appeared on television, and then she left. One day, Seung-mi sees two siblings drinking in shabby clothes and bodies covered in wounds. After they arrive home, the older brother tries to protect his younger sister from their father, who is drunk and mad. Soon after, he asked his younger sister to come into the room when his father was emotional. From inside the room, the little sister could only cry every time her father beat her older brother. Suddenly, the younger sister saw a glowing string appear like in a storybook she often reads. In that story, the children who can reach the rope will be happy. Then she tried to reach the glowing rope hanging near the open bedroom window, and hoped she could be freed from her father's torment. Not long after, her older brother came into the room, and he didn't find his younger sister. However, when he looked through the open window, he saw that his younger sister had fallen out the window. He was very shocked and saddened by the loss of his younger sister. Apparently, the little girl's death was the work of a witch who likes to take the souls of children suffering in the world and lock them up in storybooks. Soon after, the witch also took the soul of a starving boy and walked in the garden at night. She is always looking for the souls of children suffering because she hopes to end the children's suffering. At night, the spirit of the younger sister that entered the book suddenly came out and went to her room to accompany her sad older brother. Many incidents of the disappearance of children's souls start, making Ma-wang want to help so that he can become a god soon. Afterward, he asks Seung-mi for help in catching the witch. The next day, Dae-sung continues investigating Buja and asks his two men to keep an eye on her. One day, Dae-sung meets her in a library, and it seems that she invites him to sit in front of her while she is still reading. The scene switches again to the boy who has lost his sister. The witch, who knows this, tries to take his soul and makes him take a match and light it so he can meet his younger sister. When the match fell and started to burn the floor, Seung-mi suddenly came and saved him from being taken by a witch. The witch, who knows about that, is very angry because her plan was thwarted, so she calls the lonely little Seung-mi to come to her. When little Seung-mi enters the witch's storybook, she suddenly faints. At the same time, Ma-wang doesn't feel Sam-jong's blood either, and Buja, who was with Dae-sung, also faints. Seeing that, Dae-sung is very surprised, especially when he finds her not breathing. Apparently, with the loss of little Seung-mi's soul, she is no longer a Sam-jong. That means Son Oh-gong's bracelet ownership has also passed to the witch. Seung-mi is shocked when she finds out that she is no longer Sam-jong because she is no longer in a relationship with Son Oh-gong. At the witch's place, Son Oh-gong seemed to be there, but he did not want to obey all the orders the witch gave. Meanwhile, Dae-sung starts to panic in another place, so he takes Buja's body to an emergency staircase. There, he contacts his men to help him move Buja's body. However, after he finished calling and returned to the fire escape, he did not find her body there. Meanwhile, Palki and Alice, looking for Buja, finally met her, who was so weak that even the stench started to smell again from her body. On the other hand, Seung-mi comes to Son Oh-gong's place to check how he feels about her. However, he pretended to ignore her arrival and said he felt free because he no longer needed to protect her. Hearing this, Seung-mi felt very sad and left Son Oh-gong. However, actually, he tries to cover up his sadness in front of her. Son Oh-gong did this because he hoped Seung-mi, who had become an ordinary human, could live a happier life. Ma-wang, who knows this, tries to persuade him to find the book that holds little Seung-mi's soul and free it so Sam-jong's soul can return to her body. However, Son Oh-gong, who already loves Seung-mi, wants her to be able to live peacefully and happily without the disturbance of the evil spirits who are hunting for Sam-jong. Meanwhile, Bu-ja's condition appears to be deteriorating. Pal-ki, who has treated her as his little sister, reassures her that he will do anything to help her. Not long after, Secretary Ma arrives and reminds Pal-ki that Bu-ja's soul must be burned immediately, or she will turn into an evil spirit. Then Pal-ki insists that he will burn Bu-ja's soul when her affairs in the world are over. Pal-ki, who knows that Bu-ja can survive if Sam-jong's soul is still there, thinks Seung-mi is very selfish, so he tries to frame her. The next morning, Pal-ki visits Seung-mi and asks her to meet Bu-ja. He brought Bu-ja in a van and found out that she was starting to turn into an evil spirit, and immediately asked Seung-mi to get in the van. Pal-ki hopes that Bu-ja can get energy from Seung-mi so she can last longer. Soon after, Ma-wang comes to the venue knowing of Pal-ki's bad intentions towards Seung-mi. Pal-ki argues that if Seung-mi is no longer a Sam-jong, she no longer needs to be protected by Ma-wang. Suddenly, Ma-wang heard screams from inside the van. Then he immediately opened the van door and saw Seung-mi hugging Bu-ja, who seemed to have returned to normal. After Seung-mi discovers Bu-ja's body is weakening because she lost Sam-jong's soul, she decides to go to the witch and find her little soul trapped in the witch's book. However, it turns out that Seung-mi was framed by the witch, so she was unconscious. Shortly after, Son Oh-gong came to help her and made the witch disappear. Finally, Seung-mi found her little soul and brought her little soul back so that when she woke up, Sam-jong's soul was back in her body. With the return of Sam-jong's soul, Bu-ja can be healthy again, and her body no longer has a bad smell. Not only that, but Ma-wang also feels Sam-jong's blood in his body again. Shortly after, Son Oh-gong meets Bu-ja and asks her to choose a day to burn her soul before she turns into an evil spirit. However, Bu-ja asks for a little time so she can see one of her family members one last time. The scene switches to a land that will be developed. At that place, there is a mysterious old tree that is very difficult to cut down because it is inhabited by an evil spirit. Even when a worker tried to cut down the tree, he was actually pulled into the old tree by the evil spirit that inhabited the tree, and the evil spirit possessed the worker's body. Because the evil spirit doesn't want to be driven out of there, the evil spirit is now targeting Dae-sung, the director in charge of the project's construction. While Dae-sung is visiting a sick Ma-wang, Seung-mi accidentally sees a man possessed by an evil spirit glaring at him. Then Seung-mi tries to chase after him. On the other hand, Bu-ja is asked to wait for Pal-ki in front of a room where her mother is being treated. Because she still hasn't got her memory back, when her mother is moved from the room, Bu-ja just looks at her. Sometime later, Bu-ja looked back at everyone who helped her to thank them. She also meets Pal-ki to thank him because she has had a good older brother all this time and advises him not to overprotect her. Not long after, Bu-ja said goodbye because she was going to a place where Son Oh-gong would burn her soul. When Bu-ja was about to say goodbye to Ma-wang, she accidentally met a middle-aged woman who knew her because she was previously treated in the same room as her mother. The woman then showed Bu-ja the flyer her mother had brought before her mother got sick. From the flyer, Bu-ja knows that her real name is Jung Se-ra, who was reported to have disappeared some time ago. By this time, 2 male assassins had transferred Bu-ja's mother to another hospital. They take her belongings with them. On the other hand, Bu-ja tries to contact her mother's phone number on the flyer to find out where she is. Soon after, the assassin who took Bu-ja's mother's cell phone picks up the call. After they find out that Jung Se-ra has contacted them, they plan to frame her. Meanwhile, Bu-ja, who already knows where her mother is, immediately goes to the location told by the 2 assassins. After meeting them, she was taken to the hospital's roof. At the same time, Seung-mi and Son Oh-gong, who had visited Ma-wang, said goodbye to going home because he would burn Bu-ja's soul soon. After arriving at the parking lot, Bu-ja suddenly fell from the hospital roof on top of a car, covering her body with blood. Son Oh-gong, who knew that it was the actions of the assassin who previously tried to kill Bu-ja, became very angry and immediately attacked them. Before Son Oh-gong killed the 2 assassins, Seung-mi quickly stopped him. Not long after that, his bracelet tied him even more until he was injured. Then Son Oh-gong asked Seung-mi not to come closer because the closer she got, the more his body hurt. To avoid Seung-mi, he decides to go take Bu-ja with him. After the incident, Seung-mi went to Ma-wang and told him about Son Oh-gong, who was in pain when she was near him. Ma-wang says that it is bad fate that they will not be able to be together because Sam-jong's power could kill him. Meanwhile, Son Oh-gong takes Bu-ja to a place to treat her wound. Even though she is still alive, her condition is getting weaker, so she only has a limited time to find her mother before leaving this world. The next day, Seung-mi and Secretary Ma visit the construction site to see a sacred tree inhabited by an evil spirit that has possessed one of the workers. Seung-mi tries to lure an evil spirit with her blood. When the evil spirit comes and is about to attack her, Secretary Ma blocks it with her powers. Meanwhile, Seung-mi, whose hand was injured, accidentally dripped her blood on the ground, causing the evil spirit that had guarded the tree for 1,000 years to disappear from there. After that, the possessed workers regain their senses, and the project construction could continue. After cutting down an old tree, it turns out that there is an old sarcophagus inside it. When Dae-sung tries to open it, he is shown flashes of the gruesome past of the owner of the sarcophagus, so he discourages him. At night, at his office, Dae-sung gets a report from his two men that they lost Jung Se-ra's body after throwing her from the hospital roof. However, Dae-sung said he had plans to lure Jung Se-ra to meet him. On the other hand, a worried Palki finally meets Boo-ja. She says that she has found her true identity, and her name is Jung Se-ra. However, she has not been able to meet her mother. Hearing that, Palki promises to help Boo-ja to find her mother soon. Then he gives her an energy ball. While Palki is getting drinks and food for Boo-ja in the kitchen, she suddenly gets a call from her mother's number. It turns out that it is Dae-sung who calls Boo-ja and says that she has to come to a place alone to meet her mother. Without thinking, Boo-ja leaves before Palki even comes back from the kitchen. When she meets Dae-sung, Boo-ja already knows that he is the one who killed her. However, her arrival there is not for revenge but to meet her mother for the last time. Shortly after, Dae-sung shows her a container box and says that her mother is in it. He does that because he wants to trick Boo-ja into getting into the container and drowning her in the sea with the sarcophagus he found in an old tree. Suddenly, an undesirable thing happened because when Boo-ja entered the container, the sarcophagus emitted light, and an evil spirit named Asanio who resided inside, came out to possess her body. When the container gives off a light, Dae-sung's two men standing guard there are shocked. When they open the container, Boo-ja, possessed by Asanio, immediately killed the two men. Dae-sung, who returned after being away for a while, was very surprised because his two men had died, and Jung Se-ra had also disappeared. Meanwhile, Boo-ja is in a place, and she has now turned into a very powerful evil spirit. At his house, Ma-wang is quite surprised to find that the evil spirit residing in the sarcophagus has been released. Ma-wang and Son Oh-gong must quickly catch the spirit before it injures many people. The next day, Han-ju sees Boo-ja sitting in front of Seung-mi's office because Asanio's evil spirit is very interested in Sam-jong's blood. Asanio then hypnotizes a man to deliver roses to Seung-mi, and one of the rose petals that fall hurts her hand. Suddenly, her blood absorbed in the rose petals is enjoyed by Boo-ja. Just as another flower petal was about to hurt Seung-mi, suddenly, Son Oh-gong came and crushed the flower petal. Asanio, who is in Boo-ja's body, tries to trick everyone around Seung-mi by pretending to be Boo-ja. However, Son Oh-gong finds out that Asanio resides in Boo-ja's body because of the scent of roses often sent to Seung-mi. Son Oh-gong knows that he cannot immediately eliminate Asanio because she is in Boo-ja's body. Then he only warns the evil spirit not to do evil. At that time, Boo-ja was attracted to him and wanted to enter Sam-jong's body so that she could get Son Oh-gong's love. To kick off her plan, Boo-ja comes to Seung-mi's place with some food for her. When Seung-mi is off guard, Boo-ja tries to attack her, and Son Oh-gong comes to prevent it. After that, he takes Boo-ja to a place to warn her not to hurt Seung-mi. There, she tries to hypnotize Son Oh-gong so he can become her boyfriend. Then with Asanio's power, Boo-ja could easily remove Son Oh-gong's bracelet. But it turned out that the Son Oh-gong in front of Boo-ja is not the real him. Feeling lied to, Boo-ja said she would do anything to be with him, including possessing Seung-mi's body to strengthen her strength. Hearing that, Son Oh-gong threatened to burn Boo-ja's body immediately. Boo-ja, who is cunning and wants to escape, lies that the food she has brought for Seung-mi has been poisoned. Without thinking much, he went and confirmed Seung-mi's condition. When Son Oh-gong arrived at Seung-mi's place, he saw Ma-wang eating the food. He finally realized that he had been lied to by Boo-ja after seeing Ma-wang looking fine while eating the food. On the other hand, Boo-ja continues to look for victims to take their blood so that her bodies don't decompose quickly. Asanio's spirit, who wants to immediately enter Seung-mi's body, tries to take advantage of Ma-wang's weakness by approaching Fan Princess. Asanio's spirit knows that Princess Fan was previously one of the goddesses in the Kingdom of Heaven who was punished for descending into the world for abusing her power. In that punishment, Fan Princess has to suffer a bad fate in every reincarnation, just like her current life, who has to lose her child, so she wants to avenge that. When Boo-ja finds out that Ma-wang can't do anything to help Fan Princess, she tells him that she can help Ma-wang if he does what she wants. Sometime later, Boo-ja goes to General Frost to help him. General Frost, who knows that Asanio is in Boo-ja's body, is willing to help because he had previously been helped by Asanio. After telling him what she needs, they go to Dae-sung's Antiquities Museum and steal an ancient incense that will act as a medium for transferring Seung-mi and Asanio's souls. When Dae-sung gets a report that the ancient incense sticks in the museum have been stolen, he immediately looks at the CCTV and is surprised to see Jung Se-ra, who is still alive, trying to retrieve items in his museum. On another occasion, Boo-ja meets Palki, who has noticed that the Boo-ja he knew has changed. Despite this, he says that no matter what happens he will still love her like a little sister. Afterward, by the trick of Asanio's spirit, Boo-ja visits Ma-wang and asks him to take Sam-jong's blood and store it in ancient incense so she can help him to transfer Fan Princess onto his body. Because of that, Ma-wang asks Seung-mi to come to his home and persuade her to give Sam-jong's blood. Seung-mi, believing his words, cuts her hand and drips her blood into the ancient incense. Luckily, Boo-ja's plan was thwarted by Son Oh-gong, who prevented her blood from mixing in the ancient incense. Not long after, he asked Boo-ja to leave there. Then he tells Ma-wang and Seung-mi the evil intentions of Asanio's spirit in Boo-ja's body. He said that Ma-wang could remove Fan Princess suffering without the help of Asanio's power. Not long after, Ma-wang begins the transference of Fan Princess suffering to him, which makes him blind from all the negative energy that gets into him. Nonetheless, he is happy that Fan Princess can find happiness in her next reincarnation. Meanwhile, Boo-ja is still trying to find a way to exchange souls with Seung-mi. Then she persuades General Frost to take the ancient incense when the summer fairy comes to Ma-wang's residence to help him, whose body continues to feel cold. When everyone's guard down, General Frost, who has been at Ma-wang's house, manages to take the ancient incense and replace it with fake incense. When Boo-ja got the ancient incense that had Sam-jong's blood in it, she immediately combined the blood, and now she just needs to wait until the process of transferring her soul with Seung-mi's soul is complete. After the blood union, Seung-mi often dreams of wearing a wedding dress and getting ready to marry someone. Not only that, but she can also see flashes of things that will happen in the future, such as when Han-ju slips in the snow and when she manages to save a baby who is about to be hit by a car. Knowing Seung-mi's new ability, Son Oh-gong worries because he feels something is wrong with her. Meanwhile, Boo-ja continues to carry out her plan and says goodbye that she will burn herself and return to her original place so that everyone will not suspect when her soul has been exchanged with Sam-jong. One day, Dae-sung is teaching a class, and suddenly Boo-ja comes to the class. Dae-sung, who saw her there, was very surprised that Jung Se-ra was still alive. On the other hand, Seung-mi is now having the same dream again. She is now wearing wedding clothes and sees a coffin in her room. Not long after, Boo-ja appears and persuades her to get into the coffin so that Son Oh-gong will be saved because, in fate, Seung-mi will kill him. Because Seung-mi doesn't want to harm Son Oh-gong, she finally gets into the coffin, not knowing that she will be trapped in the coffin forever, and her soul will be exchanged with Asanio's spirit. Son Oh-gong, who was trying to save Seung-mi's life, arrived too late and saw that she was unconscious. After a while, Seung-mi finally woke up and immediately hugged him. Son Oh-gong, who knows that Seung-mi's soul has been exchanged with Asanio's spirit, tries not to be tempted by the evil spirit's seduction. Even though he was angry and wanted to destroy Asanio's spirit, he tried to hold it back to find out where Seung-mi's soul was. As it turns out, as long as General Frost doesn't destroy the ancient incense, Seung-mi's soul will continue to be trapped in the coffin. Not only Son Oh-gong, Ma-wang, and the others also pretend not to know that Seung-mi's soul has been exchanged so that they can find Seung-mi's soul. One day, Son Oh-gong, who couldn't hold back his anger, finally strangled Seung-mi and tried to get rid of Asanio's spirit. However, cleverly, Asanio's spirit threatens to injure Seung-mi's body so that Sam-jong's blood can invite evil spirits to eat her body. Because of this, Son Oh-gong finally obeyed the evil spirit and always tried to be by Seung-mi's side so that he could monitor Seung-mi's whereabouts. At the same time, Seung-mi, who has been possessed by Asanio's spirit, must also continue to live her human life as a director of a property company. The next day, Son Oh-gong kept trying to find General Frost, who was guarding the ancient incense. Until one day, he managed to summon General Frost's younger sister. General Frost's sister, who came out of her brother's body, informed Son Oh-gong of her brother's whereabouts. After that, Son Oh-gong and the others rushed to the place. When Son Oh-gong got there, he immediately attacked General Frost. However, General Frost said that he would protect the ancient incense even at the cost of his younger sister. Finally, after his younger sister disappeared, General Frost gave the incense to Son Oh-gong and Ma-wang. By using the ring given by Seung-mi, Son Oh-gong manages to get into her subconscious. Seung-mi, who heard the call, woke up and got up from the coffin. Since Seung-mi had woken up, Asanio's spirit also returned to the place. When Son Oh-gong approached and asked her to leave, Seung-mi refused because she knew that Son Oh-gong would be in pain if she was by her side. However, Son Oh-gong tries to convince Seung-mi to stay with him so that she is willing to come out of that place. Finally, her soul has returned to her body. Meanwhile, Palki, who loves Boo-ja, helps her escape so that Son Oh-gong and the other demons won't catch her. With the love and sacrifice for her, Boo-ja, who has now become an evil spirit, melts. A few days later, Boo-ja comes to Dae-sung's place. There, she offers cooperation to him so that her strength can recover. Dae-sung, who realizes that the Jung Se-ra he knows is not an ordinary human, says he is willing to help. Then he takes the opportunity to sacrifice his enemies so that Boo-ja can absorb the human energy. Meanwhile, Son Oh-gong, who is sleeping, dreams that he meets a female doctor in a village being hit by a pandemic. After the birth of a baby girl, who was carried by the doctor, the pandemic in the village ended. When Son Oh-gong woke up, he was confused by the dream and suspected that the dream was a sign. Not long after that, he found a baby girl in the garden of his house. He believes that the discovery of the baby girl has something to do with his dream. Because no one could take care of the baby at Son Oh-gong's house, he took the baby girl to Ma-wang's place to ask him to help take care of the baby. After some time figuring out the riddle of his dream, Son Oh-gong finally finds out that the baby girl in his dream is Seung-mi, destined to become Sam-jong with special abilities. A few days later, Son Oh-gong took Seung-mi to the hospital where Seung-mi was born and brought the baby he found in his garden to meet the female doctor in her dream. At the hospital, Son Oh-gong handed the baby girl to the doctor. Then the doctor told Seung-mi that she was Sam-jong's bodyguard like her. The doctor explains that Seung-mi will later have the task of saving the world from a major disaster. Meanwhile, Son Oh-gong as Seung-mi's bodyguard will protect her until Sam-jong's assignment is completed. After hearing the doctor's explanation, on the way home, Seung-mi expresses how relieved she is that her ability isn't a curse. Soon after, Son Oh-gong, who still felt that the doctor was hiding something, returned to see her. Then, she said that after the sacred sword appeared, Son Oh-gong had to kill Sam-jong so that he could prevent the world from being destroyed. Elsewhere, Boo-ja asks Dae-sung to meet Seung-mi if he wants to succeed in the presidential election. When Dae-sung meets Seung-mi, she suddenly can picture that there will be a disaster in the future. She wonders who Dae-sung really is. Some time passed, and the sacred sword was found by a witch. When the sword was about to be handed over to Heaven's messenger for safekeeping, Son Oh-gong came to it. Soon after, Son Oh-gong tries to reject the fate written because he does not want to kill Sam-jong. Not long after he took the sword, the previous doctor came to him to borrow the sword because a Sam-jong's guard like her could only die using the sword. The doctor felt she no longer had the will to live after being abandoned by Sam-jong, whom she had cared for before. She then chose to hurt herself using the sacred sword. With that incident, Son Oh-gong wondered whether he would be like her. After that, he tried to hide the sword in his secret garden. On the other hand, Boo-ja continues to use the demons to get an advantage over them. She has convinced Ma-wang that his child with the sky goddess is still alive, and she promises to reunite them if he is willing to help her. To trick Ma-wang, Boo-ja uses an unidentified human corpse and revives the human with the souls of the humans she had previously killed. To complete her lie, Boo-ja needs Ma-wang's energy so that he will believe that the corpse is his child. Meanwhile, Seung-mi is now busy finding out about Dae-sung, who has an evil aura. Then she told this to Son Oh-gong. After hearing her story, he realizes that Dae-sung is a human who will be possessed by an evil spirit that will destroy the world. Because of that, Son Oh-gong asked his brother for help so that he could approach Dae-sung. Sometime later, Son Oh-gong was announced as the top leader of a well-known technology company in Korea, so many people were interested in him, including Dae-sung. Dae-sung wanted to approach Son Oh-gong so that he would have connections, making it easier for him to become president. Not long after, a reporter came to Dae-sung and asked about the mysterious deaths of several people around him. One day, Dae-sung accidentally crashes Seung-mi's car to get close to her. However, because Seung-mi already knew his evil intentions, she did not give a good response. Even with the prediction she saw before, she sees Dae-sung with Boo-ja in a valley, which makes her even more convinced that Dae-sung will carry out an evil plan. On another day, Dae-sung attends an event at Son Oh-gong's company and tries to get closer. Unfortunately, he only gets Son Oh-gong's cold attitude toward him, which irritates him. Boo-ja, who wants to get Ma-wang's energy, tries to use Pal-ki to place an energy ball in Ma-wang's place. After obtaining the energy ball, Boo-ja could animate the corpse and make the corpse as Ma-wang's son. To keep him alive, the corpse kills journalists who had previously suspected Dae-sung. Not only that, but he also killed Dae-sung's confidant, who knew many of Dae-sung's secrets. Whenever the corpse kills, Ma-wang can feel the same way because the corpse is connected to him. As the incident repeats, Ma-wang asks Seung-mi's help in luring the spirit's arrival. At a parking lot, Seung-mi tries to lure the undead out with Sam-jong's blood. As the corpse is about to attack her, Ma-wang catches the corpse. When Ma-wang catches the corpse, he is so shocked to find his own energy in the undead that he thinks the corpse is his son. Because of that, Ma-wang prevents him from eliminating the corpse. Suddenly, Son Oh-gong came there and immediately killed the corpse. He explains that it was all a trick by Boo-ja so that Ma-wang could be taken advantage of. After the incident, Boo-ja visits Ma-wang. However, he doesn't seem to trust her anymore, especially after Pal-ki admits his mistake by helping Boo-ja get his energy. Because of that mistake, Ma-wang punishes Pal-ki by temporarily sealing his powers so that Pal-ki won't be used by Boo-ja again. Elsewhere, to carry out Son Oh-gong's plan to protect Seung-mi's life from the Black Dragon in the valley, he tries to get close to Boo-ja because her blood can be used to summon the Black Dragon. Sometime later, rumors about the mysterious deaths of people around Dae-sung spread, so Seung-mi tries to meet him and plans to ask him about it directly. However, while Seung-mi was waiting for Dae-sung at his office, she ran into Boo-ja instead. Seung-mi, who knows that Boo-ja has been possessed by an evil spirit, seems unafraid to face the spirit. In fact, while talking to Boo-ja, she suddenly sees Boo-ja's past, which turns out to be killed by Dae-sung. Knowing that, Seung-mi is furious that Boo-ja is helping the bad guy who killed her. Because Seung-mi has difficulty meeting Dae-sung, she finally meets Ma-wang, Secretary Ma, and Alice to ask for help so that she can meet Dae-sung. At that time, she also revealed that Dae-sung was the man who had hit Boo-ja to death. Not long after, Dae-sung held his foundation inauguration party. At that place, Son Oh-gong came as a guest of honor. While enjoying the party, Son Oh-gong was surprised that Seung-mi also came as an invited guest. Not long after her arrival, Seung-mi invites Dae-sung to talk. However, Son Oh-gong, who saw this, immediately stopped the conversation. On the other hand, Boo-ja is seen visiting a hospital to find her mother. Unfortunately, a nurse informed her that her mother had died a few hours earlier, so she did not have the chance to see her mother for the last time. Moments later, Palki arrives to comfort a crying Boo-ja. She feels that Palki is the only person who understands her even though she is an evil spirit. On another occasion, Palki tells General Frost and Alice how Boo-ja's attitude has changed. However, Alice warns him not to be fooled and taken advantage of by her. Alice also emphasized that Boo-ja couldn't return to how she used to be, plus she had helped Dae-sung, the person who had killed her. Hearing this, Palki becomes so angry with Dae-sung that he goes to him to fight. However, Ma-wang prevents his action because it could destroy Son Oh-gong's plans. As Ma-wang and Palki leave Dae-sung's room, they meet Boo-ja, who is heading to Dae-sung's room. Palki, disappointed with her, can only hold back his anger because Ma-wang kept him from doing something rash. Meanwhile, Son Oh-gong wants to speed up the ritual to awaken the Black Dragon in the valley, so he asks General Frost to take Seung-mi to a place far enough so that she doesn't know about his plans. Finally, Seung-mi was prepared to go somewhere with General Frost to find a doctor as Son Oh-gong's request. When she leaves, Son Oh-gong can only watch Seung-mi from a distance. After Seung-mi arrives at a village, she tries to find the doctor but finds out that the doctor has long since left the village. Then she feels that Son Oh-gong is deliberately asking her to go away because there is something he is doing to prevent her from doing her duties as Samjong. After going to the village, Seung-mi secretly approached the Grandmaster and said that she was ready to do her duty to save the world. At the same time, Son Oh-gong was already at the valley's edge and waiting for Boo-ja to awaken the Black Dragon. Suddenly, he got a call from the Grandmaster, so he went to meet him. When Son Oh-gong arrives at the Grandmaster's place, he is locked up so as not to hinder the sacrifice that will be made by Seung-mi as Samjong in the valley. In the valley, Boo-ja and Dae-sung have arrived and started waking the Black Dragon. When the Black Dragon was awakened, the earth shook, and all the demons could feel the arrival of the Black Dragon. Meanwhile, Son Oh-gong is still locked up so as not to follow Seung-mi. After the Black Dragon begins to wake up, Seung-mi arrives and asks Boo-ja to stop the ritual. Because Boo-ja doesn't listen to Seung-mi's pleas, General Frost attacks her so the ritual can be stopped. On the other hand, Seung-mi and Dae-sung fight over the sword until she gets stabbed by the sword and her blood dripping in the lake makes the Black Dragon get up and come out of the valley. After feeling that Seung-mi was in danger, Son Oh-gong used all his power to destroy the defense wall of the Grandmaster and his students until he got out of the Grandmaster's place. Shortly after, Son Oh-gong went to the valley and saw that Seung-mi was seriously injured. Then he took Seung-mi to his secret garden and tried to save her. However, her life could not be saved, and she died in his lap. After witnessing Seung-mi's death, Son Oh-gong is determined to defeat the Black Dragon and make her sacrifice not in vain. After that, he took the sacred sword and headed towards the valley where the Black Dragon had been resurrected. With the sacred sword, Son Oh-gong fights the Black Dragon and defeats it even though he has to be seriously injured, and partially loses his memory of Seung-mi. Some time has passed, and now Son Oh-gong is back to living life by hiding in his secret garden. Sometimes pieces of memories about Seung-mi appear, making his heart broken. Seeing Son Oh-gong's condition that seems to have no life, Ma-wang and the Grandmaster plan to summon Seung-mi's spirit to help him recall all his memories with her. When Seung-mi appeared in front of Son Oh-gong, he didn't recognize her, so she took him to places they had visited and did various things they often did together. On the other hand, Boo-ja, still possessed by an evil spirit, is still alive and continues to roam around with her body decomposing and having no strength because Samjong has died. Meanwhile, Dae-sung's plan has fallen apart, so his supporters and party force him to resign as a presidential candidate. Moreover, many of the dirty things he had done began to be uncovered, so he was finally put in Asanio's coffin and drowned in the ocean. The next day, Boo-ja appeared to come to the agency office in a sad condition. Everyone doesn't want to go near her because the stench from her body starts to spread. At that time, only Palki was sincere in helping Boo-ja, so he took her to a place. There, Boo-ja asks him to burn herself because, in the end, her body will not survive without Samjong. Though it's hard, Palki does as she asks and sees her gone forever. Seung-mi, who doesn't have much time in the world, decides to go to her office and sees Han-ju grieving over her departure. The next day, Ma-wang and Secretary Ma come to see Han-ju to tell him that all of Seung-mi's companies are fully owned by him. Meanwhile, Son Oh-gong begins to regain his memories with Seung-mi and realizes he is sick because he lost her. Before Seung-mi left, he met Seung-mi and took off the bracelet she had given him. Son Oh-gong said that his love for Seung-mi is very sincere without having to wear the bracelet. Hearing this, she was happy and now she could go peacefully. At the end of the drama, Son Oh-gong says goodbye to Ma-wang to go and fulfill his promise to Seung-mi to find her no matter how far or for how long. The moral that can be learned from this movie is that the sincerity of a person's love can be seen when he is willing to sacrifice for the person he loves.